Boarding the Icon of the Seas is exciting, but if you don't do a few key things right, you could be wasting hours of your first day. Or you can miss out on things that you've already paid for. And one of these tips I'm going to share with you today, most cruisers don't even realize it until it's too late. Come with me as we head to Miami and board the Icon of the Seas. I'm going to show you exactly what embarkation day looks like, my first impressions, and the smart things that you should do right away to make your cruise stress-free. Getting to Miami. So we flew in the day before our cruise, and I highly recommend this because travel delays happen. As you know, lately in the news, the airports have been a nightmare. The last thing that you want to do is miss your cruise. Here's a tip for you before you leave home. Don't attach your cruise luggage tags before you get on your airplane. Save them for when you get to your hotel and then put the luggage tags on for the cruise, because airlines don't want any other tags on your bags except the one that's telling them where to send your bags to. So it is possible for those cruise tags to be ripped off. And then you're going to have to wait until you get to the port and find a porter who has additional luggage tags that you can then fill out again and put on your cruise bags. This part of your trip can actually be smooth or a total mess. So let me show you exactly what we did. So once my plane arrived in Miami, I took the free shuttle that my hotel offered over to the hotel for that first night of stay. For cruise day, I had already pre-booked an Uber instead of using the hotel shuttle. And I'm really glad we did that because what I saw at the port would have easily added an extra hour or so to our day. In addition, I prefer using Uber because they come pick you up when you're ready and take you right there. If you're using your hotel shuttle, you're waiting for them to fill that shuttle bus or waiting in line for another shuttle bus to come, which has happened to me in the past. So I prefer to do Uber. I got a discount. I think it was like 40% off my Uber because I pre-booked probably a month in advance. And that actually worked out for me because it would have cost more money to use the hotel shuttle than the Uber actually cost. So just check into it and price out the two. We actually had a boarding time for the cruise ship at 12:30. We left the hotel at 11, and even with traffic heading to Terminal A, which is the terminal that you usually use for Icon of the Seas, it only took us about 35 minutes. Once we arrived at Terminal A, luggage drop-off was quick and easy. Again, make sure that your cruise luggage tags are securely attached. Do not pack any of your essentials like your passport, any of your boarding documents, your medications. You want to make sure that you're packing those in your carry-on bag. Then we went over to security and check-in, and that only took about 15 minutes. Although it was definitely more crowded than some of my recent cruises. It turned out it was Canada's spring break. Who knew? Well, I'm an American. I didn't know. Pro tip to myself, make sure you check on other holidays, not just U.S. holidays, before you book a cruise. Walking onto a cruise ship never gets old. It's one of my favorite things, I think, and the anticipation builds. And this one feels a little different. I'm with a friend of mine who's never been on a mega ship like this before. You know we have to make an entrance. I like to jump onto the ship. Let me know in the comments below if you do the same thing. So as luck would have it, we actually boarded 30 minutes early, which is a nice surprise. And what's the first thing you see when you enter the Icon of the Seas? It's the Pearl. This is that massive structure. It's made up of hundreds of kinetic tiles that react to movement, light, and sound. It's a perfect area for a photo op. Let's talk about embarkation day must-dos. Now I know you're excited to explore the ship, but before you do anything else, here's what savvy cruisers do first. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go straight to your muster station. The muster station itself is going to be listed right on your boarding pass. This process only takes about 2 minutes.
Bring the stuff out on your bag. I also want to get equipment with whistle and light. That's it. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. We're done?
Yes.
Easy peasy. And yes, the ship literally cannot leave until every single person checks in at their muster station. I know many people want to go find Rover, that beautiful golden retriever that lives on the icon of the seas? You know what? Comment in the description below this video and I'll send you a tip on how to find Rover. After you're done your muster station, if you booked any dining packages, like the 3-night dining package like we did, you need to go right down to the dining room and make these reservations. On Icon, we couldn't pre-book, so this was a priority for us. It's pretty easy. You just head down to the main dining room and they're going to have stations set up where you can check in, let them know which specialty dining restaurant you want to attend, you want to eat at, and what times, what days, all of those things. I had a spreadsheet with me so we could figure out what we wanted to do for specialty versus shows, and would we be back on the ship, and all of the things. The other thing that I want to mention as it relates to dining, if you want to make sure that your party, if you have multiple cabins, are all sitting together in the dining room, this is the time to do it, because they can make sure that you're grouped together as well as at a table that you prefer. If you wait on this, it becomes a lot harder to get your group together or to get a specific dining time if you want to change your dining time from, let's say, late dining to early dining, or the other way around. My time dining is always an option on Icon of the Seas, and that just means that you show up at the dining room at any time, but you're going to stand in line until there's a table available. If you pick the early dining or the late dining, you actually have that assigned time. It's either 5 or 5:30 depending, and then again around 7 or 8. So just take a look and see what those times are, because sometimes they fluctuate. Since cabins aren't quite ready for us yet, we went for our first drink. You don't need your SeaPass card yet, you just give them your room number. So we headed all the way forward to the Ryan Bean. And these guys make an amazing espresso martini. This may be one of the most underrated spots on the ship. It's also a great place to grab coffee in the morning. It's a lot less crowded than Starbucks or the Pearl Cafe, and it's included if you have the drink package. Okay, now we're hungry, so we need to go for lunch. But I always avoid the Windjammer on embarkation day because it's always packed. So we snuck over to the Aquadome Market. This decision alone is going to save you a lot of stress on embarkation day. They have multiple food stations. It's a great variety and it's less chaotic. After lunch, we did a little exploring to get familiar with the ship. So we were checking out all the pool areas. We were looking at Hideaway. We were looking at all of the big water slides that they have on the ship. So just to get a little familiar, so we knew the things that we wanted to do later on that day. Or you could just go into the bathroom and change quickly and start enjoying your vacation right away if you want to, and jump in the hot tub or jump in a pool. Now that we heard the announcement that the cabins are ready, we're going to head to our room and check it out. So we have booked an infinite balcony which faces the ocean. This has become my new favorite go-to cabin. Your SeaPass card is going to be located right on the number plate on your door. So take that off and you're going to be able to get into your room. This infinite balcony, I think, gives you way more interior space, and I love how this window comes down. Here's another hack. On your TV in your cabin, you're going to be able to see your account information. So as the days progress, you're going to be able to see what you've spent on your cruise so far. And a pro tip, if you see any mistakes, go immediately to guest services so they can take care of it. Don't wait until the last night of your cruise, because that line is going to be extremely long. And this video, I tell you, they've been playing this same video for about 15 years now, and it becomes a joke within our family. I always take a little clip of this video and send it to all my kids, because then that becomes an earworm for them and they're singing it for the rest of the day. Talking about washing your hands, I found a better solution than bringing liquid soap, which can spill everywhere coming or going, or using that bar soap where everybody's sharing the same bar and it gets dirty. I don't like that. So I found these paper soap sheets. So I'm going to list them in the description below. Now I just want to let you know I am an Amazon affiliate, and what that means is I can make a small commission on any products that you might purchase through using my link, but it doesn't change the cost to you. So whether you use my link or not, it's the same price. And for our evening plans, we had dinner in the main dining room, which I always love to do the first night because you get to meet your wait staff. Even if you have a specialty dining book later in the week, at least you meet your waitstaff that first night. And then we also went to the show after, which was this amazing juggler. So he was a world-renowned juggler, which was pretty impressive. From there, we went down to the casino and tried our luck. And we did pretty well. Check it out. And this was just day one. Wait until you see what this ship looks like when it's in full swing. So that's our boarding of Icon of the Seas. If you want a full ship tour of the Icon, I'll leave the link to the video at the end of this video. Don't forget to check the description below for all of my cruise essentials to help make your trip even smoother. And I do hope to see you out at sea. Until then, happy sailing.